love you. We just saying BD love you, and it's just so it's
and
crazy.
I love BD.
Yeah, it seems one-sided to say that y'all not together, but y'all still like that's playing. I feel like that's playing with her feelings. She want to be with you, and I don't think that you want to be with her.
It's not that I don't want to be with her. So when me and BD got into this, we was gonna date one man, menage a trois and all that. Our plan changed over time. Only we know legit what's going on. So right now we are dating separately and we are still connected. She have her man, I have her man. She do her thing, I do my thing, and we both know about it.
When you braided my daughter hair, you said all this about my daughter being terrible and all of these words you use when you braided my daughter hair, which I didn't feel like you should tell a kid, but whatever, I let it go. And then you use the fact that me and my sister is not as close and you manipulate that, and I don't like that.
If that's what you want to say to make yourself feel good,
that's what it is.
Unless you have
that's
that.
What
At the end of the
Don't
day,
bring my mama like she's slow, Mary.
I'ma talk.
Who
am I talking to right now?
My mama like that.
Girl, what? If that's what you want to say to make yourself feel...
Are you done?
I need you to go. Tell her to go.
I don't want to go. This ain't got to do with me, baby.
Hey you guys, hope all is well. Welcome back to Tamaya's podcast, and thanks for joining me for another episode. Today's topic of discussion is going to be, again, Toya and Reginae's show. Today we're going to be discussing episode 2 and 3. Now let's start with the situation that happened at Anita's, which is Toya's mom, her birthday dinner. Who do you guys feel started the altercation? Or do you feel like things could have been handled differently? In my opinion, I do understand that BD's family is simply being protective over her. I get it. But I just feel like there's better ways to go about handling situations like this. BD is an adult and makes her own decisions. And although her family may not agree with her choices, sometimes you have to take a step back and allow people to learn from their experiences and mistakes. As long as no one isn't hurting anyone physically, I will stay out of it. After I have, communicated my thoughts and opinions, I'll just leave it at that. And let me say this now. I admire Toya as a person, and Reginae seems cool and down to earth too, but I do feel like Reginae should do better as far as speaking to people with respect. Prime example, when Mel explained what was going on between herself and BD, they definitely became the aggressor. I understand you're speaking up for your aunt, but your aunt is also capable of walking away from any situation that does not bring her joy or peace, that only brings her pain or confusion, or not knowing where she stands at in that person's life. She could walk away from that. Then I feel like Reginae had the nerve to tell BD to tell Mel to leave the party, which, by the way, was not her party nor her house to even demand anyone to leave. I would have been, hold on now, because you don't run nothing. I don't care who her father nor mother is. We are human just as you are. I'm just saying this is how I would have felt in that moment. So respect is due. Also, I think Toya is an amazing mother, but I believe she could do better as far as holding Nay accountable instead of constantly making her feel it's okay to be aggressive or disrespectful towards others. Then when others defend themselves, here come Toya with this, she always hollering, I don't play about my baby and stuff like that, but you gotta also teach your baby not to play with other people. It's only been a few episodes so far, but we see the disrespect. Reginae pops off on people and her mom just sit there and allow it. But as soon as Mel, in this particular situation, as soon as Mel went into defense mode against Reginae, Toya went to looking crazy. But let's be honest, Reginae got aggressive with her first. And I love when a person isn't afraid to stand up for themselves, no matter who it is. I don't care what type of celebrity, who your parent is. I don't care who your grandmother is. I think Mel did good with standing up for herself, standing her ground. And I definitely didn't understand why Reginae got out of her seat and stood close to Mel. See, not only are you starting issues, but now you're getting close in her personal space. So if she feels threatened and physically attacks Reginae, Toya would be pissed. And not one time did I hear anybody tell Reginae she shouldn't have walked up on Mel, she shouldn't have got aggressive with her, no nothing. But yet Toya said, if Mel hit my baby, I'ma fuck her up. But you didn't say anything to your baby about getting in this girl personal space. I mean, seriously, let's be realistic here. This is why Reginae feels it's okay to attack people the way that she does, because there's no accountability. Nobody holds her accountable for her wrongdoing. That altercation happened in episode 2, but let's go to episode 3 really quick. Now, Beatty, this is the conversation that Beatty, Mel, and Toya's friend Danielle had after Reginae had already left and the three of them walked outside. Now, I understand Beatty in a way because she seems quiet and non-confrontational, and I get it. I'm the same way at times. I might not really open up and express how I feel, but just like Toya's friend Danielle was explaining to Beatty, that's why problems linger. That's why they go on and on and on. You have to be more vocal in order to diffuse the situation. If she doesn't step in and say what she really feels and stop all the confusion, the back and forth is going to continue. And also, I feel like Mel was put in a situation where she didn't feel like she had a partner who had her back. Whether they were continuing their relationship or just choosing to be friends, she shouldn't have felt alone in the situation. I'm just speaking on how I would have felt if I was in that type of situation and it's 2-3 different people against me, and my partner, friend, whomever I came along with is not bold enough to speak up for me, whether it's their family or whoever. Defend me. That type of situation will have definitely ruined any type of relationship or situation in general for me, because it's very important for me to feel protected and not feel alone. And yes, to me, Beatty and Mel's situation is crazy, but they are two grown adults. They'll figure it out. And it does seem like in episode 3, Beatty was starting to understand and realize that this is just not for her. Let's talk about Casey. It's funny how they always make it seem like Casey is always the problem. And when the altercation was going on between Toya, Reginae, and Mel, he was sitting there quiet, and actually he was looking very confused. But just like he stated in a YouTube video on his personal YouTube channel, he doesn't feel any type of way about Mel and her situation, and her and Beatty's situation is their situation. Like he said, Mel has never done anything to him personally, so he has no ill feelings towards or about her. And I see a lot of his videos on his YouTube channel where he's being very positive and productive, and he just seems very happy. I hope they show more of this side of him as the show goes on. But wait, let's talk about Toya's niece, Jashay. She's so pretty and she seems calm and quiet and polite. I adore the fact that Toya has taken her in and raised her, as well as provided for her ever since her father passed away in 2016. And she's graduating, preparing for college, and unfortunately they spoke about how her biological mother would not be able to attend her high school graduation. And you can see the pain in her face, the disappointment, the hurt, all of that in her face as Toya was explaining that to her. To already have a parent that is deceased, and to have your other parent alive, well, breathing, and still does not make your high school graduation a priority, I know that is so hurtful. Now, as for Reginae and Armand, it seems like episode 3, she did say that they were at least back to communicating. and they were planning on meeting up to, have a sit down talk.